The PL Show is brought to you by Kel Charcoal, Kel 360, and Kel Kids Toothpaste. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. That's the saying by Albert Einstein. Hello and welcome to the Kel Charcoal Toothpaste PL Show. Today's edition, I'm sure you can see the glow in my eyes and everywhere because I'm so excited about this phenomenal lady that I'm going to talk to today on the show. This lady, at 22, she graduated as a medical doctor and she was adjudged the best or the youngest doctor in Ghana. That's in 2015, and that doesn't happen too often. She's a model, brand influencer. Should I name it? It goes on, and beautiful, amazing, phenomenal lady. It's proudly brought to you by Kel 360, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, and Kel Kids Toothpaste. With Kel is a happy smile. I am Emefa Apawu, and this is the Kel Charcoal Toothpaste PL Show. Abnewa.
Mommy.
Mama Josie.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Sankofa.
Yenchi, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Welcome back. This is the Kel Charcoal Toothpaste PL Show. My guest is not just an awesome general practitioner or a medical doctor. She's the face also of Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Now you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Dr. Vanessa Mesah Kabu. F1.
Emefa.
Hey, okay. I thought you just had a name.
No.
I discovered today that you're from the Volta region. Which part
Indeed,
of the Volta
I am.
region?
I'm from Amejope.
Amejope is the
Yes.
highest
Exactly.
settlement in the West.
In Ghana.
Yeah, West Africa.
The highest
This is
human
Volta.
settlement.
Yeah, highest human settlement. I've been there. That's very close to my hometown as well, Amfuega. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm pretty much excited when we have to celebrate phenomenal ladies like yourself. We get to take a look at Dr. Vanessa in 360. It's brought to you by Kel 360 Toothpaste.
Graduating from medical school at the age of 22 and subsequently being inducted as the youngest medical doctor in Ghana in the year 2015, she was naturally presented with a wide range of opportunities. Her desire for medicine and women's health has led her on a journey to participate actively in numerous sensitization campaigns for cervical and breast cancer. The 2 times winner of the prestigious Ghana Outstanding Women Awards, Women in Health for the year 2019 and 2020, is actively represented in other spheres of life with her modeling and acting prowess, influencing brands like Kel Charcoal Toothpaste.
She's a very passionate doctor. On her off days when she has a patient that is relatively unstable, that she's handed over to her colleagues, she still would call to check on her patients.
She follows up on them back to back.
Meet Dr. Vanessa Mesah Kabu, General Practitioner at the West African Rescue Association, an affiliation of International SOS.
I feel like clapping at this point.
Thank
That's
you.
360, brought to you by Kel 360. And if you have a headache of getting that toothpaste that takes care of the entire family whilst you can save money as well, it's time to resolve that problem. We have Kel 360 toothpaste. It'll give you all that. It's good for the entire family, and it gives you that freshness and brightens your teeth, prevents teeth decay and cavity, and protects the gum as well. Let's talk about practice.
It's been tough, especially during my housemanship period, which is a mandatory 2-year practice that all registered doctors have to undergo. I started my housemanship training at Kolibu Teaching Hospital, first with the obstetrics and gynae department, then moved to the internal medicine. Obstetrics and gynae, it was quite daunting. I still remember some of the memories, but some good, some also not so good. Some of the good memories I had was a time I delivered a baby for a couple. And then the father has been so appreciative. He actually named the little girl after me. Yes. The not so good memories was those times where you see the mothers who have no means to pay for their health care, who are stranded in the hospitals, and who end up either losing their lives or sometimes even the baby. And in some cases, we lose both the mother and then the child because of basic needs that I believe should be made available and accessible to all mothers and children.
Interesting. You started the Girl with Purpose Bible branch and talk, and then Because I Want to Be.
The whole girl-child empowerment and empowering our women is to ensure that they're comfortable in their being and knowing that where they find themselves in is a place where they are deserving of that position and not because they're just women. It also opens their mind to be able to appreciate the efforts other people are putting into their lives, being able to make decisions of their own, and also ensuring that not just themselves are whole, but also extending that helping hand to a fellow woman or a boy. Educating the public on their health is something that's dear to my heart, and because of that, I'm using my social media platforms to start a health talk where I educate people on their health, what to look out for, the questions to ask your doctor, and also how to approach certain things. The aim of that is to not only educate people, but also to reduce the stigmatization, because the more you know about a disease, the more you understand it, the more you are able to lend a helping hand, the more you're able to comfort someone, the more you're able to appreciate what the person is going through. And it also opens up for people to talk about their own health and be able to seek help as and when they need to.
Every October is set aside for Breast Cancer Month. So what exactly would you say when it comes to breast cancer education on your social media platforms, for instance?
A live session to educate the girls, the women, and also the men to be able to pick up the early signs of breast cancer, and then also generally to keep them informed of the risks associated to acquiring or getting the disease.
What does a typical day, for instance, look like?
A typical day can be very unpredictable. Our clinic is a very private one. It's for registered members only, and it's by appointment. So you call in to book an appointment, and then there's a time slot allocated to the patient. And then we also have several walk-ins who come in without necessarily an appointment. There was a day where I was at work, and then my senior colleague called and told me that we have to medevac a patient from Takoradi. So we're going on a plane to bring the patient into Accra. You go to work not with the aim of going anywhere else, and then you find yourself on a plane to Takoradi, bringing a patient back into Accra.
I heard you earlier talk about your child.
Yes.
You have one also of your own.
Yes.
How then do you
Manage?
blend the two? Yeah.
It's not easy, but I would give that to the support of my parents, my mom especially. She has been that figure that has always been there. During my off days, I go over there, see them, stay with them, play with him, just so he can get that mother feeling. I cannot put into words how good the support has been, but it's been amazing.
I'll tell my daughter to keep up the good work that she's doing and make sure that whatever that she does, she shouldn't forget her God. Be the strong person that she is and make everybody proud.
and it's paid off. You have a number of awards to show for it. Let's go through the awards, a number of them. So we start with the very first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us about this one.
It was a citation in honor of me, how I'm dedicating my life to impacting the lives of girls and then boys, and then trying to educate the general public about things that are dear to their health and how to improve on their health.
Interesting. So that's how you are influencing brands and all. So we have two more here.
Yes.
This is Goa 2019, and this is for 2020.
The Goa is the Ghana Outstanding Woman Awards. The award is given to women who are doing exceptionally well in their society, who are making an impact in the lives of the people that they influence. So I was the two-time winner for health, the category health for 2019 and then 2020.
You've been around, you've done a lot. Now acting.
I wouldn't say I'm into acting. Most of the things that I do on the side are more of a hobby. I was in Kitty's outdoor video. Not so many people, you see it and you're wondering, oh, who is that lady? But yes, that was me. I got a message from a friend and she asked me, would I be able to do this for her dear friend, that's Kitty. He wanted a girl with curly hair, afro, who was fair and all of those things. So that was how I ended up in the outdoor video with Kitty. And that was more or less like the propelling, factor on all of that.
And you'll be modeling as well?
Yes, the modeling. I have modeled for a few brands, most of which are personal, like True Fond. I know the owner personally. She was a senior back in Holy Child School. She asked me to be her model because she was just starting up, and I did. And then also She by Benna, the owner is a personal friend. She designed my traditional wedding outfits, yes, so I've been modeling for her once in a while. Kel Charcoal toothpaste, that was also really amazing for me. Yeah.
So it's a good time to do
Yes,
your LPM.
You're just waiting for that.
Yes, I was.
Oh, yes.
Because it's time for the DIY segment, and it's brought to you by Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Tell us about Kel Charcoal toothpaste.
I remember when Aunt Cecilia reached out to me. She was like, oh, we like your smile, send us pictures. And I was like, okay. And she said, would want to use you for the toothpaste. And I'll say that looking at the pictures, it's really, really nice. And also the video that we shot, I got to meet Aaron. He was my screen husband, in quote. Yes. I think there was a time, there was a meme going around of me where they put me and then they're like the first person to do a toothpaste ad. They wouldn't have known. They actually spoke into the future. And here I was, on the face of Kel Charcoal. And it was quite, I was like, Mommy, look. My mom is always sending me that picture. She was like, look at
Finally,
that. Yes.
you get to do it.
Yes.
Do your LPM and let's go
Okay.
to the segments.
So Kel Charcoal toothpaste, I've used it, and for me personally, I like the after feel. It leaves this minty freshness in your mouth, and the fact that there's a charcoal inclusive as a product or as an ingredient in it, it allows for brightening. We all know that charcoal is a natural brightening agent. So if you want that brightened or with that whiter teeth without necessarily having to go through the whole process of going to the dentist to get all of those things whitened, you can always be consistent with a Kel Charcoal, and after a period of time you get to see results. Yeah.
And show us the happy smile. It's time for DIY.
Hi, welcome to the DIY segment. Today I'm going to take you through my everyday makeup. So I've already had my face washed. So I focus my primer on the parts of my face that produce the most oil. It's very difficult for me to get the exact color that matches with my skin tone. So I mix two different foundations. This is my all-purpose brush, so I'm going to literally use it for everything. I just apply my foundation. Now to the eyebrows. Draw along my natural eyebrows. I now conceal around it. So now that I'm done concealing the base, I'm going to use my foundation for the top. And I blend out. So now I need to bake. Baking is something that we do just so that we get that defining appearance. And then I apply my setting powder. I contour. I like to add a little bit of color to my eyes. Mascara. Down to the lips.
Wow, you make up yourself.
I do.
Wow, how did you learn how to do it?
Most of it I'm self-taught, and then a few I picked off my association with a few of my makeup artist friends. And yeah.
Can hardly draw a brow. How long does it take you? Because one would think that you don't have time for that.
Well, that is also part of the reason why I try to do some of these things myself, because I need to be able to have a few of these things at my fingertips to be able to, if I'm called for an event or I have to be somewhere, how can I put myself up together fast enough? Yes.
Growing up for Aseye, how was it like?
Well, childhood for me was okay. Grew up in a very big family. I had my cousins around as well as my brothers. I was in Little Flower Montessori, which was in Jowlu, and then moved to Christ the King International School, then to Holy Child Secondary School, and then to Dalian Medical University in China, where I had my MBCHB.
Holiko?
What about Holiko? Well, Holy Child was quite interesting. That was the first time being on my own outside of home. Didn't have the embrace of my parents, so it was just more or less, okay, what is going on here? I was in Our Lady's house. I involved myself in quite a lot during my period in Holy Child School. I did general science, obviously, and then I was also in the school's cadet corps. We were the pioneers of the school's rugby team. Yes, I played rugby.
How about entertainment?
I was part of the American Field Service. It's AFS. It's a group where they tend to crown a lady. I didn't win then. I actually forgot my name on stage. Can you imagine? Yes, I got there. Now, time to introduce yourself, and I froze.
Oh,
yes.
You look like a Dada B.
Oh, I'm a daddy's girl.
Very obvious.
Anybody that has met me and then my dad definitely knows that I am a daddy's girl, and he has been part of my growing up. That solid father figure in my life has been part of the reason I am where I am today. Me and him are like very, very close. Ah, my dad!
Did you see someone?
I did! Oh, I'm surprised. Okay, Daddy, what are you doing here?
I've been invited. I don't know.
You're welcome. Sit down.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Now you know what we can do.
Now you can understand.
She looked like a Dada B.
Well,
I'm a daddy's girl.
well, if I've been able to wait till now, then you know.
Says the two of you, the bond is unbreakable.
That one is true.
Tell me about Aseye.
I don't know where to start and where to end, but I think that Aseye has been a child. In May 1992, the nurses in Ghana were on strike. On Friday the 29th, they declared total strike. The mother was 9 months pregnant. The obstetrician gynecologist who was taking care of the mother said that she was going to have a big baby. I'm sure you know the mother. The mother is cute. I would describe her as being cute. I don't know how to describe myself though.
You're also cute.
No, I'm not. Apparently she was to have an elective cesarean section. Komfanoche was not working.
Okay.
No other government facility was working. Fortunately, I was able to contact a senior colleague who took us to one of the private clinics. And eventually, the mother had a session at 10 p.m. So she was in labor from 5 a.m. till about 10 p.m.
I say you're a fighter. I assume you're a doctor too.
I am. I could have taken her to go and do the session myself, but ethically, it's not allowed. So I went back to the district, got myself prepared, came back thinking that I was going to carry her and the mother back to where I was. Unfortunately, the day before, the mother had an episode of bleeding. Just when I drove out of Kumasi, I had an accident and a vehicle overturned. So the question I continued to ask myself was, but for the fact that the mother had that episode of bleeding, and therefore the doctor had decided that she needed to have stayed a few more days for observation. I am sure I would have taken them with me. And well, maybe if that accident had happened, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
So I say it has been a special person since birth.
It appears she went to school very early.
Very, very early. At the time she was going to enter Christ the King, we were informed that she was below the age that she should be in the class that she was to go. But again, she went through the test and she was okay. So she passed and they had no other option.
Wow.
I wanted her to go to a particular school, but she rejected it.
Which
She
one did you?
Canva proposed. I proposed Wesley Girls.
That she opted for.
She opted for Holy Child.
Why did you choose Holy Child instead of Wesley Girls when your father wanted you to?
In retrospect, at that time, it was because majority of my friends were going there.
Okay.
And I wanted to be with familiar faces. Wesley Girls just felt like a very new place for me.
Okay.
And going somewhere away from home in boarding school, definitely as a young girl or a child, the first thing you're thinking of is who is going to be around me, who is going to be my support when maybe I'm feeling too lonely. So that was why I chose Holy Child School.
Wow. How many times would you say you interact in a day or in a week?
Virtually every day or every other day, I need to know where she is, what she's doing, how she's feeling.
Yeah.
Wow. What would you say about your daughter, a judged youngest doctor in Ghana?
Generally, she is lucky. That's the meaning of her name, Vanessa. I'll describe her as being exceptional, phenomenal.
Yes. It looks like that is your very first boyfriend.
You can say that.
It's the Seed to Oak segment and it's brought to you by Kel Toothpaste.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel Kids.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel Kids. Happy smile.
So that's Seed to Oak, brought to you by Kel Toothpaste. Brushing your kids' teeth sometimes becomes difficult due to resistance. I hope she didn't give you that kind of resistance if she had to brush. Well, but now you can use Kel Toothpaste. It's flavored with strawberry that gives a perfect taste for kids and makes them develop a personal attitude and love for brushing their teeth always. Kel Toothpaste is recommended for children between 2 and 6 years, and it protects their gum, prevents cavity, and makes the teeth strong and healthy with freshness all day. So Daddy, I'm sure there's some hidden secrets about Vanessa, maybe during her secondary school days. Let the cat out.
There are few that I can recount vividly what happened. Vanessa says that she had a problem with the eye. She went to the Central Regional Hospital. She was not happy with the way she was taken care of. And then she went to the headmistress. I was called to come and look at her. So we got there. I examined the eye. I didn't see anything wrong with the eye, but she said that, well, she was still feeling bad. So I had a friend, the ophthalmologist at St. Dominic's then. So we got to St. Dominic's Akwitia around midnight. She examined, she said, well, she couldn't see any lacerations or abrasions and all that, but then we would have to pad the eye. So she did pad the eye. And we drove back to Accra. We got back to Accra around 3 a.m. That was one.
So it means there was nothing wrong with the eye. Nothing happened.
There was practically nothing wrong with the eye.
There wasn't anything wrong.
We'd have to let Daddy go at this point. Yeah, Daddy will have to leave you. This time, you can't fake anything.
No.
I'm sure you would have a message for each other. This beautiful daddy-daughter moment.
I'm wondering if I'm going to have words. But all I could say is that, well, we love her, we still care for her, and we wish her well in whatever endeavors.
All I can say is thank you for all the support and for grooming me into being the woman I am today. It's not been an easy journey, but it's definitely been worth it.
Wow. Daddy, we can't let you go without giving you this. We are a show of tradition. So we present to you the Kel range of products. Maybe you have more kids like Vanessa. So.
Well, she has one.
Yes, so we'll give it to the grandchildren also. So thank you. From us to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Mommy.
Mama Josie. Fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Charcoal toothpaste, healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa,
Yenchi, Kel Charcoal toothpaste.
happy smile.
Welcome back to the Kel Toothpaste PL show. A lot of emotions flying around right now, and you finished crying.
I have.
It's been a very exciting conversation with you. We are in an era of slave queens amongst others. What say you to them?
The only thing I would say, usually it's an advice to myself, which I would extend to the others, is to be your truest self, no matter how challenging it may be. That's also one of my challenges, being an opinionated woman in a culture that is still trying to find its footing, with women who speak their truth and are not afraid to stand firm and putting your best in all the things that you do.
You are phenomenal.
Thank you.
And that's why we celebrate you here on the Kel Charcoal Toothpaste PL show. I know you have a lot of Kel Charcoal toothpaste, but to give you more, and this time with the Kel kits also for our young one.
He's not 2 yet, but
yes,
once he turns 2, I'll put him on it.
Okay, yes. This is from us to you, Dr. Vanessa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show. And this is set aside for phenomenal ladies like yourself.
Thank you.
So this is from us to you.
Thank you.
Continue to inspire.
It's beautiful.
You like it?
I do. I'd add it to my collection. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being on the show today. And hopefully you'll be back. And that's it for today's edition of the Kel Charcoal PL show. Thanks for your company.